time management is completely not necessary, because at the end of the day, we all have 24 hours. We cannot have more, we cannot have less. God, the universe, has given us all 24 hours. We all have the same amount of time. So how are you going to even manage it? We have ourselves to manage within the time that we have. We can't change our time, but we can change ourselves. We can bring ourselves down, or we can bring ourselves up. But we cannot bring the time we have down. We cannot bring the time we have up. It's the exact same thing all the time, or it's the exact same amount of time all the time. However, we can manage ourselves within the time. So each day we have 24 hours. How much are we sleeping? Is it 8 hours for life, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep? So depending on how we manage ourselves within the time, then we are being productive. So we are not managing time. So perhaps it's a new thing for you today. Manage yourself, not your time. Back to how much you're putting into your output, into your input, so you can determine that the output that you're getting is proportionate to how much you put in. Another thing that is very key when it comes to productivity is the word discipline. In my personal opinion, discipline is a harsh word. Discipline. We grew up in an environment where you could get disciplined if you do something wrong or anything wrong. So disciplining yourself now that you are on your own doesn't make sense. You were disciplined when you were young. Now you are a youth or adult. You are almost on your own or on your own. Why would you discipline yourself? I think an appropriate word would be devotion. So devote yourself to your own development. Let's devote ourselves to our own progress. Commit ourselves to the fact that, or to the truth that we want to make progress. We want to be better. We want to enjoy life more. We want to get more out of our lives. So we are going to manage ourselves in order to get what we want. We can't manage the time we've been given. We can manage us within the time we've been given by being devoted to what we want, by being devoted to ourselves, by being committed to ourselves, and not by disciplining ourselves. So that's another thing that is worth considering. When we are doing that, we have one thing after the other and the other and the other, and the schedule is packed, especially when you are not just on your own, when you have a partner or a husband or a wife, and on top of that, you have children, not just a child. The schedule can be loaded and heavy. So why would we define a standard or a straight form of productivity or being productive for everyone else? When I have a big family, someone else has a smaller family, someone else has no family, someone else has no husband or no wife or no spouse. How can we all have the same pathway to productivity? It's undoable. So ditch that productivity routine or productivity mainstream that has been defined for everybody and create your own. We are all creators. And I'll talk about this another time, but I believe that I know that we are all creators. Simply drifting or shifting from that and coming to the other side, that not all of us are digital creators. So not all of us, not everyone is online creating content, being an influencer and all of that. That is what is generally considered as creators in our society. When you are out there online on the internet creating content like I'm doing right now, then you're considered a creator. That is now what is considered a creator. But on the other hand, originally, we are all creators. Every human being on earth is a creator. I'll break it down in another video that we are all creators, because we are here. The creator, the ultimate creator, God, universe, whatever name we choose to put on him, Jesus, Allah, whatever, religious names, religious labels we choose to put on him. The source that we all came from created us and created us in that image. And we are all here creating our lives, the lives that we want. Some people choose to be doctors, others choose to be cleaners, managers, lawyers, judges, and all of that. You created that that pathway for yourself to go into that profession, to go into that path. Business people, divers, rescuers, swimmers, Olympics, athletes, and all of that. Every one of these people created that for themselves. Council. So we are all creators, simply different from, or not simply, but comprehensively different from digital creators as we know today, who are considered creators. But on the bigger picture, or in the bigger picture, we are all creators. And these people who we have considered influencers and internet gurus are the digital creators. So you are a creator too. So in your journey of creation, we are all striving to be productive, which is good. You cannot be where you used to be 5 years ago, and from today you cannot be the same person or be at the same state of your life in the next 5 years. You need to create, you need to get better. That's the whole point of life. Otherwise, why are you here? You are growing. If you don't create intentionally or deliberately, life will just flow you by, and that's not fun. And that's what I perceive, or that's what I have observed causes people to be envious and jealous of other people's lives. When people get online and they see other people posting their successes, posting the fun things they're doing in various places, then it triggers them and they post all kinds of nasty comments. Ditch that and create your beautiful life. That person on whose post you're commenting and making that negative remark created that beautiful life they want, and they chose to share it, they chose to post it, and you chose to watch it. If you don't watch it, if you don't want to watch it, if you don't like what you're seeing, walk away and leave their lives for them. Let them enjoy the life that they have created, intentionally or deliberately. You and I have the option to intentionally create the life that we want. Instead of just sitting back and commenting on other people's posts because those posts are triggering us. Don't let other people's lives that they post trigger you. Let those beautiful things that they're sharing bring glimmers to you. Let it glimmer you. Let it inspire you. Let it be beautiful in your soul and in your eyes, and kick your ass and go create the life that you want, because you're by default a creator anyway. Every human being on earth is a creator. However, a lot of us are not deliberate creators. We are just creating by default, and that's why we are getting what we are getting in our lives. So, on the path to productivity, keep in mind, it's not a one-size-fits-all. No, you need to create the pathway to your productivity that works for you. So create that pathway for yourself. As you create that, remember that you don't discipline yourself. Don't punish yourself. Don't do things that do not work for you. Do things that make you happy, that makes you enjoy your life, because we are all embodiments of happiness, of joy, of peace, of love. That's the point of our lives. So anything that is really stretching us too much, causing us pain and causing us, what's the word I'm looking for? Causing us to complain and be bitter with other people and with ourselves, is not productive. It's draining you. It's taking you back even further. So you don't want that. You want to go further in joy and in happiness. So create your own pathway to productivity that works for you. As you do that, you're doing that in devotion, you're doing that in commitment and in love to yourself, self-love. And you're doing that not with a packed schedule, because you are different from someone with a big family or with no family or with a medium family or with your own kind of pathway in life. If anything, any tool is not working for you, leave it. Create tools that will work for you. You are unique. Every soul on earth has a different and unique thumbprint. I meant to say thumbprint. We are all uniquely different. So create what works for you. Not every tool works for everyone. Don't go after tool after tool after tool.